You know, if you stop and you just sort of do a little introspection, how is this evolving me as a person? How is this evolving my character arc in this life? Where do I begin? I mean, I've made so many videos in the past about Hayden Christensen being unjustly bullied, about Jake Lloyd, Ahmed Best, Kelly Marie Tran, and now Moses Ingram. You know, when are we going to learn? I think it's totally acceptable to rip apart a character that someone came in and wrote. You know, they wrote the lines, they consciously created the character out of thin air, like for the writer of Kenobi. You know, if they wrote a character that you don't vibe with, by all means, talk about it.
This is what the Acolyte exists for. It's not here for story. It's not here to build the lore. For crying out loud, look at the cast right here. This cast was made for having as little white males as possible in this cast.
Speaking about something is great. Giving your points about why you like something or don't like something is, I think, really productive in the sense that it engages conversation. And it's really why we're all here, to learn from one another, learn different ideas, and to evolve as people.
It was insufferable. It is viscerally disgusting listening to this thing prance and dance around screen.
Well, I was curious about what this thing is, and
clearly a dude. It's really gay.
To learn from one another, learn different ideas, and to evolve as people.
Yeah, it sounds retarded.
The most disturbing shit,
quite retarded.
like the most disturbing shit about like this clip here with the introduction.
What I don't condone is ripping apart the person who was hired to read those lines that somebody else created.
It's just disturbing and weird.
It is.
Yeah, like we didn't need that quote to know that that freak we had on screen for way too long is fucking mentally ill.
What I don't condone is ripping apart the person who was hired to read those lines that somebody else created.
Actress Amanda Stenberg playing the victim card.
They can do nothing other than play the victim.
Amanda Stenberg, the adult pretender.
Like she's fucking lying through her teeth.
And it would be one thing if we actually saw some evidence of this, right? If we actually saw some of this shit she's talking about, but no, this is just gaslighting.
No, it's everyone else's fault, and they're racist, and they just hate me because I'm black.
But as for all of these racist comments that are going to her DM, I mean, this is the girl's first introduction to Star Wars. This is what she's going to remember. That's not what I want her to remember. As Star Wars fans, I think we're so much more classy than that. I think we have so much love. Now this is going to make headlines everywhere. They're going to say Star Wars fans. Like, that's not what we're about.
You've never been oppressed in your goddamn life, you bitch. Look at that. I got a Derek Chauvin George Floyd memorial.
We are so much more loving and so much more classy than that, than to be racist and just so ugly.
Racists do stick together.
That's
But I've always been very, very, very candid with what I think about bullying.
But also every single different race of people has been enslaved and discriminated against and oppressed in some way throughout our entire history.
You know, whether you are a regular person like you or me, who gets bullied for liking Star Wars when you were a kid or growing up or even as an adult, or you are an actor like Hayden Christensen.
The only people that can't get over it seems to be black people.
I think this is no different, only in the fact that it's worse in a sense because you're affecting, you're bullying someone for the color of their skin or the way they're born.
And she's still bitching about oppressors. You've never been oppressed in your goddamn life, you bitch.
And I think in a world where we are so obsessed with Star Wars, which is a cross species of just so many different intergalactic beings, to throw racist comments at someone, I think is like, what, you know? Like, how does that make sense?
Is the most like kind of narcissistic lack of self-awareness.
Is the most like kind of narcissistic lack of self-awareness.
You know, if you stop and you just sort of do a little introspection, how is this evolving me as a person? How is this evolving my character arc in this life?
You're fulfilling your destiny. Become my apprentice. Learn to use the dark side of the Force.
I will do whatever you ask.
Good.
I pledge myself to your teachings.
Good.